Hey guys, I was tagged in the Facebook Bible Challenge where basically you are to choose a verse from the scripture or a passage and just in a few minutes describe why that verse is important to you and what you think people can get from it. The verse that I chose was from Romans 8, verse 18. I love this verse. It basically just says that for I consider that our current sufferings are nothing compared to the glory which shall be revealed in us. That verse is really encouraging to me. I love it. I think it's very short and it's very simple, but I think that it speaks such volumes about God, about the things that we go through. What it tells me about God is that God is a God of precision, that He's a God of order, and most importantly, that He's a God of purpose. There are so many things in this life that we have to go through because we live in a fallen world. We go through pain from one another. We go through sickness and disease. We experience death. We experience loss. We experience disappointments and shortcomings and all kinds of things. And so we bear, whether we're Christians or we're not, we bear the sufferings of this present world and this evil age. And so it can be really difficult at times to see any real purpose in that and see any comfort in it. But this verse encourages me that whatever it is that we're going through or whatever it is that we're feeling or experiencing, that it doesn't end there, that there is a purpose, that there can be good that comes from that situation. God doesn't just tell us, that our situations will immediately turn into good situations. Sometimes they take time. Sometimes they take, the yielding of our will to His. Sometimes it takes, a lifetime. But there is hope that we have that we will reap a harvest for the things that we go through. And I know, at least for me, when I feel that I'm in a lot of pain and when I'm going through some of the hardest situations of my life, that's the last thing that I want to hear. I want to just be like, sorry, no, like that's not true at all. But I've seen it happen in so many other people's lives, and I've seen it happen in my own life, on a smaller scale perhaps, but I just am, I just have so much hope that, one day it will be okay. One day this will make sense. So one day I will look back at this and say, man, that situation was nothing compared to what I'm experiencing now. Whether that feeling will come in this life, later down the road when you're able to sympathize with someone else's pain or weakness because of what you've gone through, or whether that's somebody being encouraged by your story, or whether that's, being able to be hope and a picture of healing for someone else, or whether that's, having strength and wisdom for a situation that you'll go through in the future that, your present suffering is preparing you for. There are certain things that, may have happened to me in 2009 where I was like, man, this isn't going to get me anywhere, but I developed strength in that season for what I'm going through now. And I look back and I say, wow, I really did learn from that. I really did grow from that, even though at the time it seemed really terrible. And I'm not saying this to say that, our pain is not pain, that it's not significant, because it is, and it is real. And I can say that it is real because I have experienced my own pain and distress, and I continue to. But I just find so much hope in this verse. And even if the harvest that we reap isn't in this world, it may be in the next world. It may be, when we finally, those of us who believe in Him and those of us who live for Him, when we're finally in His presence, maybe it's, being able to finally have no more sin and no more sickness and no more death and no more pain, and being able to just look in His eyes and say, wow, like, it was all worth it because I got to see Him, and it was all for this purpose of being here with Him and being here. So I don't know when you're going to experience that glory that it talks about in the verse, but I do know that it's coming. If you will continue to trust in Him, if you will continue to persevere and go through what you're going through, I will stand beside you, because I am still going through some of my own situations. But I just want you to know that God is still here, and that if you truly belong to Him, you know, He will hold you, and He won't let anything that you're going through be the end of you. If you just trust Him, He will make good out of that situation. And I know that that's a promise, because it's in His word. So I hope that that's encouraging to somebody, and I will see you guys sometime soon. Bye.